Welcome back. We are still here dissecting and discussing the fact sheet for first half or second quarter of 2025 for Oak Special Fund. Today, Rina is not with me, but I'll be going on explaining. Ian Kahangara here, Director, Global Markets, and also Chief Investment Officer for the Oak Special Fund and other Oak funds. So as we are discussing the fact sheet, we were at asset classes. And I wanted now to discuss the global side of the asset classes. Asset classes are the categories in which we invest the funds that we have for Oak Special Fund. On the global space, the first asset class we have is currency trading. This is where we buy and sell one currency against another, or we buy a currency, hold it for some time and sell because we have a projection based on both fundamental and technical analysis that these will work for us. We also trade in precious metals, basically silver, copper, and gold over various platforms. So these ones are usually on platforms called contract for difference. In other words, we are not buying the metals to hold. We are speculating and looking at our risk analysis so that we can give you a return. We also trade on commodities. So commodities include oil, soya, wheat, lean hogs. All these are basically on CFDs. Those are contracts for differences, so that we can give you a return. Another place we have put your funds is in international equities. I know the finance people love using complicated names like equities, but we are saying stocks. So international stocks are the same as Apple. There is Alphabet, which is Google. There is Meta, which you know as Facebook. There is Tesla and other stocks. So part of the funds are actually trading in those, and we have various platforms to facilitate that. Also, we have exchange-traded funds, which part of them are local, others international, like the gold ETF that is offered on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. We also do trade on sovereign bonds. What are sovereign bonds? Sovereign bonds is what we commonly term as Eurobonds in Kenya, because Eurobonds are most common sovereign bonds. And also we have what we call US Treasuries, and we have the British gilts. So these are dollar-denominated government debt from various countries, can be Kenyan, can be Angola, or any other country, that we buy and sell to get capital gains. The last one is derivatives. And what are derivatives? As the name suggests, derivative is something that has been derived or comes from an underlying asset. So why do we trade derivatives, and what is there for us? Majority of these derivatives we trade to hedge on two things. Either an asset movement, like when you have bought a stock and maybe it might go the opposite side, we buy a derivative to hedge against drastic movement on the negative side. And sometimes we do use derivatives to hedge on currency positions. If you notice, when you invest in the global space, as much as this fund is a Kenya Shilling fund, we do invest in dollars or any other foreign currency. Kenya Shilling and the dollar may differ on the rates as we go forward. To avoid us having a situation whereby we invested in dollars and for whatever reason, maybe the shilling strengthened and moved from 129 to 100. So the dollar investment might be diluted as you convert it back to Kenya Shilling, and vice versa. So we use these derivatives to hedge against what we call a foreign currency exposure risk. From there, I'll take you to the basics of the fund, and that is the fund overview. First is the fund inception. Fund started on 20th February 2024. That's when we started our first investment. and it has been running since then. The base currency for the fund we are discussing, Oak Special Fund KES, is the Kenya shilling. So in all ways, we are accepting Kenya shilling. I know some people have asked, what if I have dollars instead of Kenya shilling? We can always assist you in converting, but all recognition will be done in Kenya shilling for the fund. What is the minimum investment amount? The minimum investment amount is 500,000 Kenya shillings or 500,000 Kenya shillings. The minimum investment amount is 500,000 Kenya shillings or 500,000. And what is the minimum top-up? Minimum top-up is 50,000 Kenya shillings. I have had several clients ask, is it mandatory for me to top up every month, or how often must I top up? And it is not mandatory to even top up at all, but it works for your favor if you top up, because it helps your investment journey or your investment goals be reached at a faster rate than waiting for all income to come from the initial investment amount. Withdrawal fees. Do we charge any withdrawal fees? No. All withdrawals are processed by the company and no extra fee is charged. What is the minimum lock-in period? Minimum lock-in period is 6 months, but we would recommend you to invest for 1 to 2 years to experience our investment strategy. What are the management fees? This is the fees that actually the fund manager, who is Faida Investment Bank, earns for managing and creating income for your investment. Management fees. We charge a management fee of 6% prorated daily. What does this mean? This means that the 6% is per annum. However, for every single day, we do 6% over 365 and charge a very small portion of that fee on a daily basis till the end of the year. The benchmark. How do you rate this? What is the benchmark for the Oak Special Fund? So Oak Special Fund benchmark is the average of that 364-day T-bill, which contributes 30%, 30% of the NSE All Share Index, and 40% of the S&P 500. So that is our benchmark. As at now, if you looked at all these, you'll find that the average for 364-day T-bill is about 5%. The NSE All Share Index has hit about 22%, so that's around 11%. And the Standard & Poor's 500, which contributes to 40%, is at about 5.2% for the year. So per performance, we are still above the benchmark. What is the assets under management? As we were having the closure of last month, that is 30th June 2025, we closed at 5.75 billion. At the time of this shooting, we are proud to say that we have already crossed the 6 billion mark. Who's the fund manager? I introduced myself, Ian Kahangara here, and I've been in this investment space for the last 17 years in various positions, from bank treasuries to investment banks. Service providers and regulators. This is the part where we say who are overseeing and who are backing up what we are doing as a division. So the manager of Oak Special Fund is Faida Investment Bank as an institution. The trustee, these are the people entrusted to oversee everything that is happening, is Cooperative Bank of Kenya. The regulator or the licensee is Capital Markets Authority, and the custodian is I&M Bank. We also have an auditor, external auditor, Njoroge, Kuria, and Associates. All these work together to ensure that your money is safe. We are working as per regulation, and everything flows as it should. What is our commitment? Our commitment is providing service with 1, trust, integrity, safety, responsiveness, transparency, and professionalism. When we come back, I'm going to take you through the flip side of the fact sheet and discuss about the fund performance for this year and where we are able to get our returns from. Thank you.